Excellent. We are on YouTube and Facebook, so I'm just going to double check before we fully get started. Okay. All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. We continue forward with our candidate forums. This is our second to last one. Can you believe it? Time is just flying by, and I appreciate everybody that's engaging with us, commenting, liking the video. If you're tuning in, please be sure to continue doing so and type in any questions that might come to mind. I am Juliette Abdel, President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. My counterpart today is Alberto Garcia, former Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Westminster, Legacy Award recipient, strategic advisor to the Chamber, and just someone who is a strong supporter of Westminster, our state, and our county, of course. I see Wayne Anderson. Wayne has already started chiming on here. And as Lynn comes back to us, I want to reiterate a few things, and that's each of these broadcasts allow for our candidates to share a little bit about themselves, and then they answer some of our rapid fire questions that we have. These rapid fire questions have been coming to us via text in advance, of course, where we are able to filter some of them and then share them with these candidates during the broadcast. If we do have time towards the end, then we will be able to take up a couple of questions from those of you that are viewing the broadcast, so that way we can be as interactive as possible. So with that, Alberto, what are you thinking about our candidate forums at this point?
I think that they've gone seamlessly. I think that I appreciate everybody participating, and I think they've gone very well, and everybody has abided by the time for the most part, and it's been a very informative session. So I appreciate you and the Chamber doing these, because I think it's incredibly informative for people to look at the candidates from this lens. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I know that you've gotten the question, and I have as well. It's like, where's the other person? Are you guys not inviting them? And that's not the case. I mean, we reach out to, gosh, how long have we been planning this out?
Yeah. I mean, everybody was aware of these. We sent invitations out. There was follow-ups, and that's why we appreciate so much the candidates who chose to give their time and participate and sit through. And having sat in these forums, I mean, sometimes they could be kind of nerve-wracking because you don't know what people are going to ask. But people came here and they said, I want to let people know what I stand for and who I am. So that's why it's great that so many candidates did show up, because everybody was invited.
Absolutely. And I know Councilor Bullis is on here. Brian Dice is already watching, and Wayne. As you guys are tuning in, we do have candidate Lynn Baca. I believe she's experiencing a hiccup with our tech. It's okay. One out of all of these really is it's nothing. That's awesome. So while she is coming back on here with us, why don't you guys comment and let us know what's been kind of one thing that you've enjoyed out of these broadcasts? Were there some things that you were like, oh, this is kind of cool? Did you like when Alberto had his sports jacket on, when he took it off? I mean, was there any difference with that as well? We jumped the gun earlier. We were talking about the previous, to thank Alberto once again for, okay, yeah.
I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you very much.
Of course, yeah, and I could not have somebody else helping me with these. I think it's been going on 4 years that Alberto has been able to assist with all of our forums and making sure that candidates are responding one way or another and being on top of it. So we do appreciate him volunteering his time. I don't know why he does it, but he does it.
The Westminster Chamber, at the beginning, Westminster Chamber, I think you started with doing a city council forums. And I think it was so important because there were just so few opportunities for people to hear from the candidates, from the Westminster City Council candidates. And this was basically one of the only ways to do it. And now you've expanded it to the county candidates, to the state legislative candidates. And, it's just another testament to the growth of the chamber and how it's providing a resource to the community.
Absolutely. And we do try and have as diverse as possible. I know we've had AG, we've had Treasurer and Secretary of State, and it's all designed to be able to have those candidates sharing who they are, regardless of what their politics is, or we don't lean one way or another. We just want to make sure that whoever does get elected understands the business community and sees what some of their preliminary concerns are. Wayne is commenting on here and sharing that the questions have been great. I'd like to take credit for them, but they're actually pre-submitted. So how are questions, and this is often something we get asked is, are you guys making these questions up on your own? Is somebody sending them in? Is it the chamber that's doing them? We actually have a text line that we opened up in advance, and we've included that phone number into a comment that we made earlier on, so folks can be able to send in the questions. So people have been commenting the questions to us via text, so that way we can be able to have them in advance. And then of course, new this year was the feature of allowing for one or two, which I think has worked out.
Yeah.
Councilor Bowles is sharing, yes, I like that, keeping it brief and moving, right? That's one of the key things, and people will definitely accuse both Alberto and I of being time Nazis for sure after this, but it's supposed to be a glimpse, right? So it's kind of like watching a trailer for a movie, and you're like, oh, this is great, I want to watch the movie fully. That's what's supposed to be happening with each of these kind of broadcasts that we've been able to do.
Yeah, and I want to thank Councilor Bolt. I know he's been here with us for most of this time and asking questions that are he sees out there in the community. So thank you to John for being a part of that. I think earlier we had Mayor Pro Tem Seitz was on for a while. I know Councilor Ott was on for a while. So we've got our local representatives are participating in this, which is awesome. And if I missed somebody, I'm sorry, but I think
Councilor Seymour.
Councilor Seymour was on too as well. So that's great that we have local our local elected officials participating in raising issues that they got in the community. And so, and Councilor Volz is here, so he gets the compliment in person right now. So thank you.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I know Lynn is probably trying to finagle coming back on here, and it looks like I see her. So here's what we're going to do, because in the interest of time, and I know Phil is right after this, in the interest of time, I'm going to pull up Lynn and see if we can't. Hey, Lynn, can we go ahead and adjust you and have you hop on here after Phil?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so thank you for coming on here. I'll send you a new link because this one won't work. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. So everybody that's tuned in, here's what the plan is. We're going to transition to Phil for Adams County. He is going to be the candidate that we interview, and then we will pop back on here with Lynn so that she can have her time that she was supposed to have without being rushed in a 2-minute window, because that would not be possible. So Alberto, I'll see you on the next broadcast, and I'll send Lynn the new one. Our audience, please follow us on.